Howdy peeps, how's it going? Good to see you guys again. Hope you guys had a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Hanukkah, and just a general Happy January in general. It is indeed 2010, and thank God too, cause 2009 sucked balls. I mean, oh sure, maybe there was a couple of good things that happened in 2009. I did after all get to go out and date that one woman for about 3 months. Mind you, we only went out for technically 3 days before it all ended. And the meetups that I went on to last year were actually pretty cool. But the rest of 2009 just sucked. And I think the major sucker of that whole year was probably the Strata console. The fact that they bleached so much money out of me this year with their levies and the water damage in my bathroom. I set a new record for the largest check that I'd ever personally written, and that was $2,316 and probably like 58 cents. That was the single biggest check I've ever written in my life. And believe me, I have no intention of beating that record anytime soon. And you wanna know what the big kicker is? Well, I had my Christmas presents stolen from my front door because I was being dumb for leaving them there. Yeah, that's right. I was taking all my Christmas presents home, well, most of them, and had them in the bag, and for some reason when I was going into my apartment, I had left the bag at the front door of my apartment. And of course, by the time I realized it was gone, it was already gone. I mean, because I realized just what probably happened to it. I left that front door, somebody took it. Yep, great year. But it is indeed finally 2010, and as you can see, I started off the year with a bit of a bang. As you could see by my last video that I did, it was the video that I made with Red Fraction Gorilla video game footage. And January itself has been alright so far, although I do have the lingering fact that I won't be going to Japan this year to somewhat already ruin this year. All thanks to that huge check I had to write. It's alright because, like as I may have mentioned before, I am still saving money for Japan. In fact, I'm curbing it up a little bit to $100 per paycheck, which is $200 a month. And I am hopeful, or at least I'm expecting, to be able to get the $5,000 in about 10 months, which will be enough time for me to go to Japan next year in 2011. God, that's so exciting, isn't it? Yeah, actually that reminds me. What is coming up that's exciting? Well, I guess Chinese New Year's / Valentine's Day is coming up. I mean, the two are pretty close together. They practically become the same thing. I love you! So I guess the big question is, will I in fact shoot another Chinese New Year video? And I would have to say I don't know. I mean, you've seen one Chinese New Year's parade, you've seen them all, basically, I think. So I don't know if I'll attend it. I mean, it really depends on my schedule as well. But I do know at least one thing that I'll be doing in February, and that's Valentine's Day. With my ex-girlfriend, considering that I am in fact still single, and it's one of those yearly tradition type things that I do. If I'm still single in a particular year, I take my ex-girlfriend out for a dinner. And we usually have a really good time, as we shall again this year. It's getting past my bedtime. I should probably go to bed right now. So let's talk about a few things besides myself. Movies that I saw recently. Dr. Prometheus. It was an interesting movie. A bit crazy in terms of its visuals, and the plot line was a little bit strange, but otherwise it was okay. Book of Eli. Again, decent movie. A lot of the critics complained about it, but I thought it was pretty well done. The action scenes in it were pretty cool to look at, considering it wasn't like bone-jarring camera movements like this. But they actually had it so you could see what was going on with the action scenes, and the rest of it visually was pretty good. And yeah, good movie. Ninja ass in. Oh no, that was actually assassin, but you know, it sounds a lot funnier when you say ass in. Yeah, decent action movie. Again, not really much of a storyline to it, but and of course it relied maybe a little bit too much on CG to deliver its action effects. You know, you'd think for a ninja movie there'd be a lot more, but instead it was a lot more visual effects than that. But I still enjoyed it. I've seen so many movies the past couple months. I don't know if I can remember all of them, especially considering that I run the movie group and I see an average of maybe like 5-6 movies a month. Wow. Video games? Ass Effect. No, Mass Effect. It's a game that's best described as an RPG mixed with squad-based shooting and a lot of little vehicle traveling. So far, I've really enjoyed it. I've committed about 19 hours into it so far, and I like the storyline and the very well established setting of the game. And so far, I think about halfway through it, and I have to beat it because Mass Effect 2 just came out. Red Faction Guerrillas. Actually, if it really was Red Faction Guerrillas, that would be the best game ever made. I'm pretty sure, but it's not. It's just Red Faction Guerrilla, which is best described as a sandbox game on Mars where you go around waving around a sledgehammer, taking down buildings which are realistic and fall down realistically. And can use other stuff like dynamite, nuclear bombs, just anything really. Anything that causes a building to blow up. And so the most surprising part about the game is the fact that you don't need a PhysX card in order to do it. You can actually just play it on a regular dual-core PC. Well, I think at least dual-core anyways. And get a whole heck of a lot of really cool physics and visual effects and stuff like that out of it. And I've really enjoyed it. Haven't beat it yet. I'm trying to beat it along with all the other games I'm trying to beat. So I would certainly recommend that game as well. Especially if you're one of those crazy types that likes to blow up stuff. I just got into Tomb Raider Underworld, so I can't really say too much about it, but the first hour or so of the game seemed alright. I mean, I've enjoyed the Tomb Raider series ever since Tomb Raider Legend, and played Tomb Raider Anniversary as well. So I expect to plow my way through Tomb Raider Underworld. And maybe the Tomb Raider Underworld sequel that was apparently made, but I don't know anything about. So that is it. It's time to go to bed. Goodbye and good night, and I hope to have another video up soon. Bye.